Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Mahabharata537. As you may remember, everyone was temporarily on the Ganga doing the funeral rites, and the sages came there, and Narada spoke to Yudhishthira. Your years of suffering are ended. I'm happy to offer you my felicitations on your success. Yudhishthira's grief broke out. He said, My lord, I'm not destined to be happy. All the happiness that ought to have been ours is gone, because we've been told by our mother that Radeya was our brother. How could this have been allowed to happen? My mother tells me that she met him once before the war. She asked him to come to her and to his brothers. But he would not. Krishna had asked him too. But he would not let down his friend and master, Duryodhana. Depending on Radeya, he had begun the war. It was against the nature of my brother to be disloyal to his king and master and friend. He suffered agonies when he knew that the Pandavas were his brothers. But he would not swerve from the path of duty. Such a man was our brother, and we have killed him. I was happy when he was killed. I called him a Sutaputra when I fought a duel with him. He defeated me and he insulted me. What dread fate is this, my lord, that separated him from us? He knew all the time that I was his brother, and he did not want to let us know. I remember the day in the court in Hastinapura. Draupadi was being insulted by all of them, by Radeya more than the others. I was wild with him. I was standing with my head hung down in shame. I turned my eyes toward him. I could not look up. I just looked at his feet, and all my anger vanished. I could not be angry with him. His feet were like the blessed feet of my mother. I was intrigued by this resemblance. For years I had always remembered this. And again I've tried to solve this teasing problem. How could the feet of Radeya the Sutaputra resemble those of my mother? My lord, when I realize now why his feet were like those of my mother, my heart is ready to break into a million flinders. How can I be happy after killing this great man, this Radeya who should have been the lord of this Kuru kingdom? I cannot find any solace in anything. My mother tells me that he gave her a boon of his own accord. He told her that he would not kill any of the Pandavas except Arjuna. He just had to fight that duel with Arjuna. That was the only way he could please Duryodhana. I now realize why he did not kill Bhima on the day when Jayadratha fell. He had Bhima at his mercy. He went away without killing him. But he had to insult him. That night he met Sahadeva in a duel. The next day, Nakula. On the last day of his life, he met me in a duel. We were all allowed to live. He did not kill us because he would not. What a noble and loving brother we had, and Arjuna killed him when he was not ready to fight. I can never forgive myself for this outrage. We have been the most unrighteous people that fought in the war. Narada comforted him. He said that Radeya could not have been killed by anyone. It was the curse of the two Brahmins and the interference of Indra that made the killing of Radeya possible. He told the Pandavas the story of Radeya's life in the full detail of all its tragic splendor. It was the story of a noble soul which purified those who were fortunate enough to have been associated with him. It chastened the Pandavas. It made them humble. It made them realize that the ways of providence are mysterious. But the grief never left their hearts. It was a raw wound which would never heal. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.